like humans around the world have entered an unprecedented collective reset, and it's also come with a collective realization that we need an alternative way of living, thinking about our environment. Indigenous knowledge hold the key protecting our environment, and if we would like to find a solution for the crisis we are facing nowadays, we need to look into how has indigenous community cope with them. But I think the more important question to ask over here is, what have we missed out if we are no longer able to see the light of Venus, differentiating the medicine from trees and weeds, understanding the message the animals trying to remind us from our surrounding nature, or lost our comprehension to our dream, which was being seen as a portal to our ancestral wisdom in different parts of the world.
Some of the work that we've been trying to do is to always be able to contextualize the original purpose. I think because not a lot of people even remember what it is for.
Actually, this sharing is also an invitation that to you to be part of our journey and to help us to assembling the missing parts of the global collection of ancestral wisdom.
Okay, so as we further explore the essence of why we create and for whom, it serves as a constant reminder of our process of creating with integrity, to trace our sources and to give back to the cultures and the societies that we have taken from.
Body, thank you for the interaction. Just listen to what Wendy had shared. I realized that it's very obvious that it's a shared notion that we are drifting further away from nature, and indigenous people, people who live with the nature, with the forest, hold a lot of wisdom and knowledge. And the more we become modern, the more we live in this globalization and urbanized world, the more we take nature for granted.
To think about sustainability in the arts, to think about how we create in the arts and how we take action in our world, how we perhaps create a sense of agency, that whatever actions we take actually make a change, or the social transformation as the topic implies.
The indigenous music, for myself, it like from the beginning, that the first time that I heard this kind of music for myself, what I get is not only about like what their culture is, or what their culture looks like or sounds like, but it also make me wonder about their life, their way of life, and the social issue as well. That is what I gain.
Yes, I think that's a good way of looking at it. I think we all have our own wisdom, and sometimes through the sage, like Lao Tzu, that on every table now you have a pair of slippers in a box, and if you take it out, you're gonna see the message, good traveler leave no traces. And I think it speaks to a lot of us, and a lot of us share his wisdom. That's why when we read it, we feel something.
What I do is something that has to do with indigenous knowledge, and I always believe that if you do something that involves the indigenous people, it has to go back to where it is from, to where the knowledge originates. Only then it can be sustainable, the knowledge can be shared to the wider community.
I think art students have this privilege of being creative, and I think that being creatives, there is this level of empathy that they actually hold as creatives. How do we then allow the adoption of such material to the general public? And a lot of it lies in the message of empathy, which is how do you then make this information so relatable to the general public that they actually understand beyond just the numbers, beyond just the science.
That is some concrete things that I could see, that because of our connection through the front line of these people, it the communication message go further along, and it come back to them and help them to be able to do more of what they wanted to do.
What I hope to see is someday that I'll be able to revive or bring back the plant to Sabah itself, or repopulate it, and therefore continuing this indigenous tradition of weaving, to continue my grandmother's weaving actually.
What did it for me is I want to be socially useful, and that's drive me. Of course, it doesn't make sense for a lot of people, but to me, it makes sense for me because I realize that if I don't do it, maybe nobody else do it in Thailand. And if I feel strongly about it, I have to do it. So I look at this ocean in front of me. If I don't jump into it, I would never get off this island. So either I sing or swim, I'm doing it, I'm swimming. So I hope I could swim to the end.
Because if you feel very strongly about it, then you should be the one doing something about it. Because if not you, then who?